Another job well done. Okie dokie, today I'm going to be trying to fix, not trying, I will be fixing, I need to have self-confidence. I will be fixing the eyelet on this fishing pole. This is my favorite fishing pole. If you can see, look at the difference. See how there's an insert in that one? No insert in that one. The insert broke out, broke my fishing line, lost my favorite lure, until a couple casts later when I caught my line and reeled my lure back in. So I watched some videos. I got my YTD, that's the YouTube degree, on how to change these eyelets. So rather than waiting for the right part to come in the mail, I am making lemons out of lemonade. See this broken fishing pole? Look at this. Eyelet. 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 Broken eyelet. This is why I don't throw anything away ever. I've got like 3 broken fishing poles, or pieces of 3 broken fishing poles in the barn. I just had to dig through some stuff, and I have the right part. This one. Those two are the same. So I'm gonna cut this one off here. Cut this one off here. Wrap this with some stuff, some string. Epoxy it. And then it's done. So we'll start by cutting this one off. I'll get the camera moved and get to work. So they tell me bring it up this way carefully. I'm practicing on this one because I'm not worried about ruining the rod. This is practicing on the good one, so hopefully if I ruin something, it's the broken rod. So the eyelet is metal, and this stuff on it is string and epoxy. So I think it's also glued. Getting the, ooh, I cut a lot of metal with that. Ooh. Will it pop out this way? We'll see if this was a bad idea. Alright, I got it out and I didn't ruin the pole, but I gotta find the eyelet on the floor now. That's why you should always have a clean floor. Oh! I was looking right at it. It was on the floor. So, this appears to be pretty clean. So I'll set this aside. And now, the hard part is not ruining my favorite fishing pole. Let's see if I can get this in a not awkward position to where everybody can see. And then I'm bracing it on myself. I hope I don't gut myself while I'm doing it. I really hope I don't ruin this fishing pole. It was brand new last year. It's literally my favorite. Alright, so there goes some string and epoxy. There's the old eyelet. I hope I don't glue the old eyelet on instead of the new one. That'd be silly. So now I need to be careful. I'm just going to see if I can peel this off. Gonna have to use the knife a little bit more, but man, is it scary. Alright, there's more. Here's a string. There we go. That's what the guy on the YouTube said. There we go. Find a string and pull it. Now there's extra glue there. I wonder, how's that doing? Oh yeah. There we go. Seen them do this on arrows, just kind of scratch it a little. And I'm not that worried about the aesthetics of this. I'm more or less worried about not screwing up. and I want to have a good fishing pole still. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Seeing if I could find some steel wool. Normally I got some laying around. It's kind of... Hopefully I didn't do... Yeah, I can still see. Said, hopefully I didn't do too good a job doing that, because I don't want to lose my spot. So the reason why I'm in the gun room is because I'm using this gun vise. Hopefully going to use the gun vise to spin this. Okie dokie. So they told me to get some hot glue to stick that eyelet on in the right place. I have this stuff that's kind of gluey. I'm going to just warm that up a little bit, and I'm going to use this. It's actually for like repairing waders, even though it did not repair my waders. Yeah, pretty much. I'll be right back. It's way crooked. Still crooked. Man. Still crooked. Now it's probably too cooled down. Maybe. Man. Almost there. Do I have a little heat left? Alright, that's lined up. Cool. So that's lined up. So now the hard part. Let's see here. I am just using... Oh, fudge. I didn't realize this was... I guess I'm using 50-pound braid. I thought I had like 10-pound braid, but this will definitely be strong enough. Let's see here. You'll need a little piece of string later. This is just some old string off of the original one. Let's see here. So they tell me to somehow spin it over the tag end. This is the hard part. I'm not... Oh, here we go. So we start out here. They have things that actually spin this crap. I don't. I wish I had some super glue. Maybe I'll try to tie a knot on there and then run over the tag end, because I don't have the spinner thing, so I don't have 1,000 hands here. If I had 3 hands, this would be awesome. So I'm just gonna try to tie it. By YouTube degree, I kind of half watched a couple videos. So, I don't know, I figured I could get it somehow done right. Alright, so let's go like this. There we go. If I wrap that up there, whoops. Maybe also, son of a gun. I'm going to get some of that hot glue and hold this still. This is going to be more than I bargained for, I have a feeling. I'm going to get the hot glue, be right back. Okie dokie, here's some hot glue. I think I'm supposed to be right about there. There's some hot glue. Just kind of smash it down a little. Don't get me wrong, it probably isn't the right thing to do, but I'm not a professional, and I just want this done. This is going to be one of those where I say, another job done. The job might not be well done, but it'll be another job done. Alright, so I'm wrapping. Gonna get it to where I actually go over the tag end. Whoops. A few more times. There, now I'm supposed to trim the tag end carefully. When I trim that tag end, I'm also going to remove some of that hot glue now that I'm done with it. There. This braid, you need scissors. These are fancy. These guys definitely aren't paying me any money. But they're Kershaw. The tang goes all the way through here. That means there's metal all the way in the handle. They say they're razor sharp, and they are razor sharp because I've cut myself with them. Not even realize I was touching them. Alright, tag end's trimmed. So now, spinny. I'm just going to keep spinning until I go all the way up. All but about 1/8 inch, and then that's when the magic happens. Spinny. Just trying to keep it as tight as I can. Keep the wraps as close together as I can. And remember, I'm not a professional. This is not necessarily a how-to video. Definitely not safety training. Nothing here I've done is too super dangerous other than playing with that box cutter. But that is dangerous. So I'm going to move you a little bit so you get a little bit better view. Okie dokie. Now is when the magic happens. You take this extra piece somehow. Man, I should have watched this video another time. Okay, I remember. You just take this extra piece. You're going to lay it in here. And you're just going to wrap that in. So you can tie a knot, believe it or not. Alright, buddy. There we go. Now, here. I do like, I don't know, however many more wraps it takes. I probably did that a little prematurely, but it's alright. Alright. Now I believe, carefully trim this tag end. Stick it through this loop. Then we're going to pull on this string. It's going to pull that tag end in there, and that's your knot. Wow, that's like magic. I don't know if you can see that, but this is my first time doing it. Is it focused at all? You can see where I almost cut off my finger that one time. So if you can see that, that's a pretty good job. That's 50-pound braid too. That ain't going nowhere. Once we get the epoxy on it. So I'm supposed to trim this nice and neat. These scissors are really nice. trim. Now I mix up the epoxy. That's why it looks like it's such a mess. I got my gloves out. This bowl's for the epoxy. There, now it's for the epoxy. Got the gloves. Now I just need something that I'm not attached to mix the epoxy. I got a whole trash can over here. Alright, this is 5-minute epoxy. I just cut a little piece of cardboard. 5-minute epoxy, they say. Real epoxy for fishing poles is better than this stuff. This will turn yellow over time. Blah, blah, blah. But guess what? My fishing pole will be done. So you got to do equal parts. Let's do, which one's this? Part A, the resin. Oh, I don't need much, but this, I've had this stuff for a while. Resin and hardener. Boom. Now, mix it together real good. Gloves are a really good idea. This stuff's icky. So now, mix, mix, mix. I want to mix it really well because I have to spin this by hand. Guys that do this all day, like, you know, them custom rod builder guys or rod repair guys, they, I forget where I was going with that. Oh, they've got spinners. That's where I was going. Custom rod guys, they got spinners or, you know, whatever, rod people, rod repairmen. They got things that spin it. But once I get this on here, oh, I better mix it a little more. Once I get it on there, I've got to keep spinning it by hand until this epoxy sets. So I'm going to give her a shot. I'm going to try not to make a mess of my gun vise. I'm just going to kind of... Alright, so now I'm just going to keep spinning it. It's on there. It's not the prettiest, but it's on there. It's definitely thick enough. I could probably try to get a little off of there now that I... Oh yeah, that's thick as F. There, I got a little off. Let's try to tidy it up just a little bit over here. Feather it out. There we go. So now I spin it for 5 minutes. You know what I might do? Try to take a little bit more off. Dang it, now I got epoxy on my glove. That'll be alright. I'm gonna try to screw things up here. Get just a little epoxy in there still. And then spin it some more. And that looks a little better now that I got epoxy all over this hand. I'm going to take this glove off so I can spin with 2 hands. There we go. That looks factory. By factory, I mean not quite factory. It hasn't been 5 minutes yet. I could have tidied this place up a little bit for you. There, how about that? Does that look better? What a dummy. That's the stuff I needed right there. That's only a... That's not very much. That was the stuff I needed. It was a lot smaller, but you know what? This is the stuff I had, so that's what I'm doing. Or that's what I did. Almost there. You can see I was just trying to move my stick around in here, see if it was solid enough to let go yet, but it's not. So I'll just keep spinning this. I hate for me to stop and then have it sag and not be a good job anymore. So right now, for my first try, that is not that bad. Granted, I didn't color match. If I would have went and bought some gray yarn or thread, whatever. It's gray thread, it's not yarn. It's a little heavy on that one end. So I'm going to see if I still got time to let it kind of even out that way. Sorry. So I'm sorry it's not focused. Oh yeah, that did a lot nicer job there. I'm gonna flatten her back out a little bit. Definitely move the epoxy a little. It was definitely not done yet. I sure hope it gets hard soon. I'll leave it like this. See what this epoxy's doing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the epoxy in the bowl is almost solid, but not quite. Maybe I'll blow on it. Oh, I think I need it to go down a little bit. If it will. I need it to sag because I'm kind of not very thick right there. So maybe I'll just leave it like that for a second. Almost. It's a trick I learned from the old timers. Always keep your epoxy or your super glue in your thing. That way you know when it's cured and you don't have to touch your part. You just check to see if it's cured wherever you mixed it. It's real close. Like, I think I could probably let go of it now. I got it pretty thick in some places and not as thick in others. And judging by the original, they had it freaking thin everywhere, so should be alright. If it's not, I'll do it again. Oh yeah, it's tacky, but it's hard, so I'm gonna leave it like that because I kind of need the epoxy to go down a little. But here, I'll give you another view. I don't know if you can really see if it's focused, but it's got that nice spider wire green. Got some nice epoxy. Got some epoxy up in there, that little area there, just like on these. So I'm going to consider that a success. That is another job well done, not just another job done. That makes me happy. It's another job well done. If you didn't learn anything from this video, learn that if you apply yourself, you can usually do about anything. If you've got you know, a little bit of instruction and at least somewhat the right tools and supplies. So thanks for helping me with this. It really helped out. You guys are really supporting me. So stay tuned for my next fix. And I'm sure I got plenty of stuff to fix. So I'll see you next time.